Guys have done a good job in these kinds of games. We've played well. We've defended well in those games, and I think played at a pretty good level. Certainly, South Carolina's playing exceptionally well. They've got a big, strong team. They're always very physical, and now they always have big guards. So that's a little bit of a problem for us at times. We've got to match that. The quick turnaround is challenging in that we would like to have a little more time to get ready for them and rest up a little bit, but we just got to get ready to go back at it. And so we'll be a little careful tomorrow in what we do. Probably have a good practice on Thursday, be pretty physical, and then get ready to play.
Coach, I apologize if you've already addressed this, but inserting City into the starting lineup, is that based on how he and Landry have been playing, or is
just,
that more?
It's just a little bit of a switch. I mean, it's City's trying to get him going a little bit. I think at times we're trying to make sure Noko's ready, and sometimes we want to be careful with Noko with fouls, and don't want him to always get one right at the beginning of the first half, and then take him out, and then worried about another quick one, and just we're just looking at something different for a second, and obviously it hasn't affected him at all. He's played very well coming off the bench. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. We'll see moving forward, but right now that's what we've done. He's a little better offensive player than City. City, I think, is more rugged and physical and handles physical post players probably better in some ways, but then Landry's a better shot blocker. As rebounders, they're close. Probably City actually rebounds more per minute than Landry, so there's give and take there. It's one of the things that we like about the two guys together. I think City's improvement is showing, and I think we're fine at the 5 spot with those two guys, and then Legend occasionally. Unfortunately, he fouled out today. You see glimpses of some really neat things. The dunk was really good. The block shot was, he's up there in a goaltending that was a heck of an attempt in terms of a block. But he's got a long way to go in terms of development, and some of that's the reasons why he fouls. He really doesn't understand all the positioning and the physicality you got to play with at this level, and it's a guy who's a young player and hasn't played much, so we're trying to get him some time as well.
Jerron only took 3 shots today. Was there a reason behind that? Did you want to just see if other guys could?
No, I mean they doubled him a couple times. They tried to limit his touches a little bit, like some other people have, and I think Jerron was unselfish today. I thought he really moved the ball, and I know of 2 occasions where he kicked it out and we had wide open threes and missed them. Or his assist numbers would be better, and that's something we've really talked to him about, is trying to get assists. He didn't have any tonight, but I don't think it was from a lack of trying. I thought he really did move it to other people, and we just didn't make very many shots today. And so there's a combination of all those things. I think he's done a good job of not, just forcing attempts. And obviously he didn't play as much. He sat most of the second half.
I think he recognizes times when he needs to take it upon himself to score.
Yeah, I think he tries, certainly, and it's a scenario when there are going to be games like the way Alabama played him where he's not going to have it as much, and he's not probably going to score 18 points. And one of the reasons Landry scored as well as he did is because of the way they guarded Jerron. It opened up the middle a lot, and so Landry had a lot of space to catch and score, and there wasn't anybody down there bothering him, and we could feed him pretty well, and so there's a give and take there. And I think as a good player, what you're trying to do is make sure you still have an impact on the game without scoring, and you can do that through assists. You're going to have to get some offensive rebounds and putbacks. You have to get yourself moving in transition when they're trying to take you out. You're going to have to defend well, and that's called being a complete player. And certainly Jerron's learning how to do that, and I thought he played fine tonight, and again, I appreciate the fact that he wasn't forcing things and trying to do too much, because there were other things that were open and he was sharing the ball.
You got a tough gauntlet coming here, starting from South Carolina on Saturday. You think after 10 games, your team's ready for what's about to come up for the next 9 to 10 games?
No, we're not all the way ready at all. We've stumbled in some games where we need to win, and we're improving in certain areas, but we're still not quite all the way there at all. I mean, we've got things we need to do. I think You know, we lost a guy in Rod who's just, he was had a lot of poise. I think he does more than, and he affected the game more than people realized. You know, he wasn't always pretty, but you know, he just was a big, strong guy that could get to certain places and get one up on the rim on a penetration, and knew our system so well that he got us into things. And you know, Avery's done great, and he's done some good things, but he's still trying to learn that a little bit. Roper's going back and forth with him at times, and you know, we're playing some younger guys off the bench. Ty Hudson's a freshman. Gabe, you know, played a little bit as a freshman. Now he's playing, you know, a lot as a sophomore, and you know, Dante's trying to feel his way, and maybe he's been a little up and down at times. We've got to get a little more consistency from guys to be successful against the really good competition that we're going to play moving forward.